Welcome back to Building Better Relationships in Construction. I'm Alex, and today we're taking a deep dive into Chapter 30, covering for the team and building trust.
I'm Sabrina. In every project, surprises happen. Mistakes, missed details, or miscommunications. And how you handle those moments, especially in front of the client, defines your professionalism and your team's cohesion. Remember, this podcast is based on the principles and practices found in the book, Building Better Relationships, by Paul Schwinghammer. Available in multiple formats, including audiobook, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
The core idea here is simple but powerful. Protect your team publicly and address accountability privately. That approach preserves client trust while enabling your team to learn and improve without shame.
Imagine a homeowner calls upset about transition strips that don't match their expectation. The selection paperwork doesn't show the requested type, and the salesperson admits the detail was missed. In that moment, you can deflect blame, or you can support the client and your team simultaneously.
A constructive response might be, "Thanks for pointing that out. I'll look into it right away and get back to you with options." That frames the issue positively, signals ownership, and avoids undermining your staff in front of the customer.
Publicly covering for the team doesn't mean hiding problems. It means presenting a united, solution-focused front. You reassure the client you're on their side while you work internally to find the best fix.
That strategy does several things at once. It demonstrates leadership, protects morale, and keeps the conversation focused on solutions rather than blame. Clients value someone who will take responsibility and make things right.
Internally, you must still hold people accountable. After the client is reassured, have the tough conversations behind closed doors. Investigate root causes, correct processes, and support the team in making changes.
The difference between public support and private accountability is critical. Publicly pointing fingers erodes the team's trust in leadership and signals to clients that your company lacks cohesion.
When leaders defend their teams in front of customers, employees feel valued and supported. That trust motivates them to take ownership and to be more committed to delivering quality work.
Let's walk through practical language. Instead of saying, "Our salesperson dropped the ball," try, "It looks like that selection wasn't fully documented. Thank you for flagging it. I'll personally ensure we get this corrected and keep you updated."
Or, "I understand why that's frustrating. We're reviewing the records now and will propose the best options to resolve this quickly." That shows empathy and action without assigning blame.
Offering clear next steps is essential. Say, "I'll review the paperwork, confirm the options with the installer, and call you by end of day with our plan." Concrete timelines calm clients and demonstrate control.
It's also important to be transparent about limitations while remaining solution-oriented. If a change affects schedule or cost, explain that honestly and present alternatives. Clients respect honesty and a proactive approach.
Supporting your team publicly also shields subcontractor relationships. If a vendor or installer made an error, avoid blaming them in front of the homeowner. Address the issue with the subcontractor privately and work collaboratively to resolve it.
That collaborative approach strengthens partnerships. When trades know you'll advocate for them with clients, they're more likely to go the extra mile to fix issues and to communicate concerns early.
After the client interaction, conduct an internal review. Ask, what happened, why did it happen, and what process change will prevent recurrence. Use those insights to update checklists, training, or documentation.
Make these reviews constructive, not punitive. The goal is continuous improvement. If people fear public shaming, they'll hide mistakes instead of reporting them, creating bigger problems later.
Embedding this approach into your culture pays off. Teams that feel supported are more engaged, turnover drops, and workmanship improves. Clients notice the difference too, especially during stressful moments.
Let's cover a few real-world scenarios. Scenario 1. A client spots an incorrect finish. Respond by acknowledging their concern, promising a prompt review, and offering options. Replace, refinish, or a remedial solution, then handle the vendor coordination internally.
Scenario 2. A scheduling mix-up causes a trade to arrive before prep is complete. Publicly reassure the client you'll get things back on track. Then meet with the trades to adjust sequencing and update the client afterward.
Scenario 3, a permit detail was overlooked that affects a finish. Tell the client you're addressing permitting and design options, present the resolution plan, and then work with the permitting team and trade partners to implement changes without broadcasting internal missteps.
In every case, keep the client's experience front and center. They want solutions and clarity, not explanations of who erred. Your role is to translate internal fixes into a calm, confident message.
One key tactic is to preface client conversations with unity. We're a team and we'll handle this. That statement both reassures the client and subtly communicates to your staff that you've got their back.
Now, let's talk about the morale effect. When leaders cover for the team publicly and resolve issues privately, employees trust leadership more. That trust breeds accountability. People own their work because they're not terrified of public embarrassment.
Conversely, public blame destroys psychological safety. Teams become defensive, hide problems, and communication breaks down. Mistakes then compound instead of being corrected early.
As part of this strategy, create formal post-issue protocols. Document the event, assign follow-up actions, update procedures, and communicate lessons learned in a way that improves future performance.
Include the team in those reviews. Invite inputs from the people closest to the work. They often have practical recommendations that managers miss. This inclusion builds buy-in for changes.
Also, celebrate how issues were resolved. When a team turns a problem into a successful fix, acknowledge it publicly in a way that credits the team's effort. That recognition reinforces pride and system improvements.
Training helps too. Teach customer-facing staff how to phrase supportive responses and how to transition to internal problem-solving. Role-play scenarios during meetings so people are comfortable handling tough conversations with composure.
Another tactic is to provide scripts or templates for common situations, but encourage personalization. A canned line can be helpful, but sincerity matters. Train people to use the script as a guide, not a substitute for real empathy.
It's also useful to empower frontline staff with authority to offer immediate remediation, where appropriate, like expedited repairs or small goodwill gestures, so issues are resolved faster and clients feel valued.
But balance that empowerment with internal follow-up. Quick fixes should be paired with root cause analysis to ensure systemic prevention, not just symptom treatment.
Let's address one common concern. Isn't covering for the team enabling mistakes? Not if you follow up responsibly. The public message should protect the relationship. The private process should ensure accountability and improvement.
Exactly. The public shield and private accountability create a safe environment where teams can learn, innovate, and perform better. It's how high-performing organizations operate.
Over time, this approach builds client confidence. Clients see a team that handles bumps professionally, communicates clearly, and stands behind its work, attributes that generate referrals and repeat business.
To summarize practical steps, when issues surface, acknowledge the client's concern, offer immediate reassurance and a timeline, resolve with your team behind the scenes, conduct a root cause review, implement fixes, and recognize the team for resolving it.
And always communicate outcomes back to the client. What you found, what you changed, and how you'll prevent it in the future. That transparency closes the loop and reinforces trust.
Remember, building trust isn't about never making mistakes. It's about demonstrating consistently that your team will handle problems professionally, respectfully, and effectively.
So the next time you're tempted to point fingers in front of a client, pause and choose to protect your team publicly. Then, do the hard work privately to improve systems and hold people accountable.
Thanks for joining us for this extended look at Chapter 30, covering for the team and building trust. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sabrina. Support your team, communicate clearly with clients, and keep building better relationships in construction. Goodbye.